Hello people and welcome to my workshop once again. And today, instead of drawing, I thought when I got myself some baubles for my Christmas tree, as it's Christmas time, I thought instead of just doing a drawing like I do normally, I thought I'd get on with making some baubles for your tree. And you guys can also get these. These are from the dollar store or where normally you could get baubles from, guys. These were only £1, so you guys can get them. Like I said, they're nice and cheap. So if you want to get yourself some and make some with me while I'm live, or if you guys want to make some after you've watched the video, that'd be absolutely awesome. If you do, guys, let me know how you got on and show me over on Instagram. My name is Blut084, BLUT 08, and games. I am here every day on YouTube, occasionally on Mixer, where I'll be gaming, and also over on Instagram, where I also am there day and night chatting to people. And this week I've been doing a collab with somebody, so don't forget to check out that video, which is uploading right now. But today, guys, like I said, I'm going to be doing some making some baubles and turning these here baubles for your tree into this one that will be Spider-Man. And we'll be making some Deadpools as well. As I'm a big fan, as you can see. I like to draw him. There's Spider-Man there. But today we'll be creating something specially for the Christmas period. And yeah, keep tuned, guys. We'll also be listening to the story of the team up between Deadpool and Spider-Man in the background, which will be, again, it will be Comicstorian, my favorite comic place to read things. Well, they'll explain to you what they are, but they are a place where if you can't always buy the comics, it gives you a highlights and also a theatrical reading of that story. But yeah, that'll be playing on in the background while I create and make some spider pools. But yeah, I'll put them back on the table. I'll get my camera going and we'll get going, shall we? I'm in my onesie because I thought it would be very appropriate to wear, as you can see. I'm in my Spider-Man onesie. I thought it would be appropriate for the time of year because it's bloody cold outside and I don't want to be cold. Let's just get myself thing. Again, you can get these baubles anywhere, guys. Literally anywhere at all. If you're so inclined to create things. And I thought, why not create something this Christmas time? I do have my paint somewhere. There it is. Just grabbing everything. All you're going to need, guys, is some baubles here. Again, from anywhere. You may need some red paint. I'll be using the normal Crayola painting, not a sponsor, guys. Using this paint here to make the shininess, because what I'm going to try and do is make the shinier ones into like Iron Spider if I can. But I can't. Hey, woohoo, whatever. But I've got different Crayola paints. I'll be using artistic acrylic paint to get those yellows, and if I can find it, which I don't have here, but I do have some. I'll have to find it at a later period. But I've got some white as well, which is also acrylic paint. I'm going to grab my paintbrushes, which are in the other room. So why don't you listen to the story of Deadpool and Spider-Man
and Deadpool to team up. Why did this take so long to happen? Welcome to the Complete Story Series, where I take trade paperbacks and single issues and I break them down into adjustable bites to help you understand. The then ever dramatic back to you. All alterations to the panels, text, and images are to prevent copyright problems, and I think I've read this so many times that I'm going insane. Our story begins with our heroes arguing about their current situation.
Okay, right, so I need...
But Deadpool, being Deadpool, has a plan which involves him popping out and dislocating his hip, which gives Spider-Man just enough room to pull out one of Deadpool's katanas, freeing them. As the two of them get down, the mindless ones start to swarm around them, and now it's time for Spider-Man's plan. He webs up Deadpool and he begins swinging him around into the mindless ones. After defeating the group, Deadpool thanks Spider-Man because that swing actually knocked his hip back into place. And Dormammu begins his villain monologue.
Just getting all my stuff ready here, guys. Let me move some stuff out of the way. Because I've got a thing I want to paint on. Because, guys, I'm actually using my dinner table and I do not want to get paint over it. That will be drastic.
Told his therapist that he didn't understand the whole moral contract that society is built on, or something like that. Deadpool spins the alignment wheel on the app, landing on chaotic neutral, and
yeah, except we'll be using these here.
It means he can do whatever he thinks is best, like give lots of hugs and do the BAMF thing. Before Spider-Man can even ask what the BAMF thing is, the two of them disappear, and Hydro Man looks down and just says, "Okay, moving on." Back in the current time, though, the two continue to fight off the next wave of mindless ones when Deadpool states that he has an idea. He'll begin taking the brains out of his pouches. Don't ask why he has brains. He's going to take the brains out of his pouches and shove them into the mindless ones, making them the mindful ones. He begins jumping around, stuffing the brains into each and every single one of them, except for one. He accidentally puts a grenade into that one. Dormammu then yells at the mindless ones to flay the skin off of Deadpool and Spider-Man, but now the mindful ones ask exactly where did it say in their job description that they were to flay someone. Another one then says that one of them just had his head explode, and he bet Dormammu didn't even know his name. It was Carl! Carl! While Dormammu and the mindless ones begin to argue, Spider-Man says, go ahead and do that BAMF thing, getting them out of there once again. And when they return to the surface world, Deadpool shows Spider-Man how he does his little BAMF teleportation thing. It's a little creature that was a present from his wife, She-Cla. And the collar on this creature keeps the whole thing in check, but before Deadpool can finish, Spider-Man snaps the collar off of the creature, and he starts to swing away, stating that he has some things that he needs to do for Peter Parker. Deadpool then looks down at the creature, telling him, you better not do it, you little blue BAMF. However, Spider-Man doesn't get very far when Deadpool shows back up, and Spider-Man tells him that he's not really in the mood to deal with it right now. But then he sees Deadpool's missing part of his arm, and he asks, did he do that? Because he regrets nothing. Deadpool states that he's not really here for that, and with his stubby arm, he points up, stating that the water dork that he let escape earlier kind of leveled up. As Spider-Man turns around, he sees that Hydro Man is now much larger than before, swinging down on top of them. The two of them manage to dodge the attack, and Hydro Man demands $100 million or he'll drown the entire city in its own filth. Spider-Man looks at Deadpool, and he asks if he has any incendiary grenades, and how good is his healing factor? Deadpool says, yes, and my healing factor is awesome! Just look at my arm, it's almost back up to that latest BAMF. Wait, why? Spider-Man webs up Deadpool and the grenade pins, and he throws all of it into Hydro Man, causing him to explode. Afterwards, Spider-Man begins to hose down his suit, telling the upper half of Deadpool to never come near him again. And Deadpool looks at him, telling him that he's trying to change. Maybe if they palled around a bit, he could, and Spider-Man cuts him off, stating, what, learn how to be a good hero? Deadpool says, okay, he'll go kick some kittens or something so Spider-Man won't help him. But if he ever wants to hang out and maybe binge watch Grey's Anatomy or something, just give him a call. Spider-Man begins to head off, and he begins to think about the only
okay, guys. Right, sorry it's taking me a while to get all this ready.
Later, Deadpool begins to head off to take care of some real business.
Like I said, I'm going to be using...
Heroic good.
Where's my camera pointing? Okay, it's actually in front of me, nice. But hopefully you enjoy that story in the background, because that stops dead air and things when I'm not actually doing anything. I was just Instagramming quickly, letting everybody know that I'm live. Again, my name is Blut084, BLUT084, Art and Games. If you do like this, guys, don't forget, if you just want to see the ending and you'll see the finished product, because I'm live, you can fast forward to the end if you're watching back.
Peter Parker. Is he really an evil genius or just another evil villain? To which both Spider-Man and Miles respond with a combo punch. Suddenly, the entire Goblin army begins to attack them, and while Deadpool falls to his inevitable impalement, he notices something. Not everyone is freaking out about this Goblin attack. That's what the experts call a clue! While Spider-Man and Miles fight off the Goblin army, Deadpool starts to drive up the side of the building with the dead buggy, and he grabs Spider-Man. Miles tells him to let him go, there's goblins everywhere! But Deadpool begins to shoot both of their wrists, causing a short in their webware, which is the wearable tech that they both have, which was created by Parker Industries. The three of them begin to fall as Spider-Man realizes that the whole thing was a hallucination. Someone hacked into their webware. The dead buggy then leaps into the air, catching them all, and Deadpool says that it had to have been Peter Parker. Spider-Man tells him to trust him, it is not Peter Parker. And Deadpool just says, whatever. Can we just find where that signal came from or whatever? Over at Parker Industries, the one who hacked into the webware was Mysterio. Mysterio begins his villain monologue on how Peter Parker being good is only an illusion, and as he finishes, Deadpool drives through
thing on
the
the thing.
wall,
So what's it saying? Welcome to
Spider-Man
chat.
jumps from the car,
Remember
Deadpool
to
goes
guide
to
your
Mysterio
privacy
while he
and
shuts down the webware.
abide by our
Mission,
community
Spider-Man
guidelines.
to see Deadpool perform
Yeah, guys. I don't know why that's new to me, but don't swear. Don't, you know, I will swear occasionally, so I apologise in advance. But I don't tend to need to. I got 2 6 balls here. And yeah, these are going to be turned into Spider-Man. Get them all out here. I don't know what to do with this one. So give me an idea for the future video, and I don't know what to do with that one. It's very, very shiny. But we've got some string for that's good actually. Got some string with these. It's actually in front of me. I got some string, and these ones here will be turned into Deadpools. I do need some black paint if I have any. I don't know if I actually have any black paint, thinking about it. I now have dark blue.
Deadpool tells him that telling the truth isn't going to be a problem for the love of Blue Ivy. A short while later, after destroying his own charity event for kids, Deadpool tells Spider-Man, fine.
I'm sure I can make something.
I'll show you the real Deadpool.
Think about it. I'll probably have some paint over here. But for now, I'll be just sketching them out and looking for my pen in the moment, guys. I do have a Sharpie pen, but I can't think where it is.
She looks at Spider-Man and tells him that her daddy loves him. But before she can keep going,
normally I'm drawing, guys. That's my drawing pad.
Deadpool tells him that no one knows about her. Hell, he didn't for a long time either. But until he stops playing the dumbass and turns into a real boy, she's going to stay here away from him, safe from everyone.
But I do have my colouring pen, so I'll grab one of those. And the colouring pad. I'll just get that on quickly. I do have a Sharpie, but I don't know where to put it.
And the contact tells him that it'll be hard to get around him. Deadpool tells him not to worry. He has it figured out. When the contract asks what it is, Deadpool tells him he's going to use friendship. So later, Deadpool comes up with the best way to enjoy their friendship.
We'll be painting anyway, so don't worry too much.
When Spider-Man arrives, he tells Deadpool that Spider-Man can't just go clubbing, and that's not how his image is. But Deadpool has already thought about that, and he gives him the image inducer. And just like that, Spider-Man is now Leonardo DiCaprio, respectable owner of a chain of adult novelty stores.
Like I said, they're more of a matte finished ones, which are actually really bad. They're cheap, so I don't do really fast. They're going to do one for practice, and then I might just do another one later on, and then show you up on Instagram, guys, how it went. But today and now, I think I'll start with a Deadpool, actually.
Asks, when is Shikla going to get here? And Deadpool says, no, take my wife out? No, my day should be getting here real soon. And with a crack of thunder and lightning, the mighty Thor appears. Now, this Thor is actually Jane Foster. If you want to know what's going on with that, check out our Mighty Thor videos. But anyway, Thor calls up Deadpool asking what is the emergency. And he tells him that there's a crisis!
Okay, so I'm going to to just get you really wasn't planning on. I've already made a video today, guys. It's just like a bonus video for you guys. There's a string, so I'm going to pop over there. So I'm going to quickly draw out Deadpool's mask. I just want to have a quick look.
So I didn't know, but it was kind of expected. As Thor and the succubus continue to fight, Deadpool says not to worry. He's got this covered.
I've got him playing in the background. So he's basically the same as Spider-Man, really.
Deadpool again and asks him what they should do with him now. But she already knows. He and Spider-Man will dance for Thor and Jenny's entertainment. The two dance the dance of the Spidey pool on the blessed Thursday, known as Ladies' Night. And afterwards, after everything's settled down, Spider-Man and Deadpool leave and they laugh.
Give a sketch out here. I'm just giving him a quick sketch out, so when I do go around painting them, I know what I'll be doing.
Spider-Man heads out and Deadpool tells them that they will do it again soon. They have something to take care of first. The next morning at Peter Parker's apartment, he's woken up with the sound of a doorbell.
And Deadpool's mask is basically the same.
Crosshairs of Deadpool's pistol. And blam! Deadpool stands
really, if you think about it.
Think about how easy that was. Hopefully him and
Spider-Man could
still be friends after
Spider-Man, but he does have eye holes. Get out of here with my eye holes. As you can see, eye holes.
Deadpool asks, where the hell is Peter? Literally, where the hell is the soul of Peter Parker? And the torturers ask if he's sure that Peter Parker had a reservation.
That's the main bit on that one. That's like the easiest one, so I'll do again. I'll do that again for you. So it's a quick line. So 2 lines. 1 line there. It's got a lot of shine actually. Give me a second. I'll turn the light off. It's above me.
When they check back in with the minions, Peter Parker still hasn't shown up. Chicla looks at Deadpool and asks,
"Yeah, see it a bit better now." Nope, that shine's coming from the actual window. Never mind.
So Deadpool knows that he needs
I'm going to need
assist
some
and
kind of
Superman
light on there, guys. Sorry about
this whole
that, as I can't
death do us
really
right
see
thing.
what I'm
Over
doing.
in Limbo, though, Mysterio has begun to torture Peter with illusions, which Peter knows are not real. They still hurt. He watches and he tells him how much he enjoys watching Peter Parker in such agony. But before he can continue his villain monologue, Deadpool appears, punching Mysterio.
2 lines.
Peter calls
either
up to
side.
Deadpool, telling him that he's in hell. And Deadpool tells him, "Oh no, he's not. He's working
And
hell.
then
This sir,
2
this
lines
is
like
no hell."
this.
He then takes out his gun and begins opening fire on all of the illusions until they disappear.
Like
Peter
so.
looks up at him and he asks
And then that one will
what
come
is
round.
covered in Deadpool. And Deadpool tells him not to worry about it. Right
Like
now,
so.
they need to focus on fighting off the
Again, I'm going to be
darkness.
painting these
Deadpool
guys
tells
because
him
this
that he
ink
needs to
will
think of
not
something
stay.
that'll help them. But not something
2
cute
lines
like
there,
Peter or a childhood
and
toy, unless it has a rocket
there.
launcher. And Peter already knows what will help them.
And then you
He
come
becomes
round,
Spider-Man. The two of them
and
begin
then
to
you've
fight
made an
off
eye.
Mysterio that is holding Peter prisoner in this limbo. And after defeating him, Peter begins to see
Going to create his eyes, you just quickly do a sketch around like that. And same on this side.
So
there we go. That's 2. That's the easy part done.
He tells Death that he made a mistake and he sent the wrong guy here. He needs to come back, not like a zombie or something.
There's 2
just a normal
Deadpools.
human being.
Nice and
Death
easy.
asks him why, and Deadpool tells her, "Because I'm trying
This one's going to be a bit more difficult because it's shiny. So I don't know how much this is actually going to stay, but we'll have a go. Again, the same process we just did. That's really smooth with the eyes, but this time that's really shiny. Actually, give me a second. I'll change my pen around.
Hearing the voice telling him the secret that he'll never find.
But this is only a guideline to what I'll be doing.
Peter looks down and sees a stuffed Deadpool with a card, and when he reads it, it says
with
"He's
Spidey's
sorry for the
eyes.
whole killing him thing. He was kind of tricked by another
Same
guy.
thing.
Please don't tell Spider-Man. He'll go ahead and take
So
the
what
guy
you just
that
did.
tricked him all free of charge. So don't worry. Except over in Parker
But
Industries,
with Spidey's eyes, it gives it more. There's a bit more of a point, which you can't actually see, where you will be able to see once I've painted it, guys.
That Peter takes off the face mask and he reveals himself to be Patient Zero. And that is the first story arc for the Spider-Man Deadpool.
Spider-Man, it's
Oh my
just
God,
a
it's
little
so
bit
good.
different.
I love every minute of it. And if you're wondering about
And he
the
also
whole
does
villain
have-
antagonist thing, there are a lot of theories going on, but we have a feeling it's going to either remove
It's
or
not gonna
change
stay.
the whole one more
Not
thing.
much I can do, though.
Peter Parker no longer has his marriage.
Don't know if you can see that at all. It's very shiny, and I've got a lot of
If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to check out our manga channel, Manga Story, where we bring you manga content every Monday and
a lot of things. It's very shiny, so it's going to be a bit difficult for you to see, but you will see it a lot easier when I've painted it. Which I've got to find some white paint for this. It's really annoying, actually. So I might do a matte version of it. Again, I don't know what to do with these shiny ones here because they're very shiny. Lots of glitter, and look at that. Oh, sorry.
Now that Spider-Man and Deadpool are working together, who caused the entire incident from the first?
You don't want any adverts. That would just be a pain in the arse. Okay, right. Let's mix some paint, shall we? Get me paintbrush. Got me paintbrushes. Now I've got me paint crap.
Did adjustable lights to help you understand, but then I did them dramatically back to you. All alterations of panel text and images are to prevent copyright problems, but all art is owned by Sir Steve Company. In her last video, Deadpool was hired to kill none other than Peter Parker, which he did twice. But after he learned that Peter wasn't actually evil, Deadpool went to the underworld to rescue him. And even though Peter came back to life, his run with Mephisto left him feeling as though there was something missing from his life. Over at Parker Industries, Peter sits in his office staring at the birthday card that Deadpool left him when he woke up from being dead. Anna Maria goes over a list of villains who could have possibly put the hit out on him. But Peter tells her that this is someone new. Someone good, because they went as far as to replace him while he was dead. Anna Maria then asks, if that's the case, what did this person take? And Peter says, he is missing something from his life. So Anna Maria asks again, and Peter tells her he knows what they took, but for now, they need to start tracking the beacon that he left inside of Deadpool's pouches. Elsewhere, Wade Wilson begins his surveillance on the glass building of the person who hired him to kill Peter Parker. As he watches, Spider-Man's voice tells Wade that he killed Peter Parker because he thought he was a monster. And Wade says, yeah, but I did bring him back to life. I even tucked him into bed, and Peter stops him, telling him that he did one thing. The whole thing a lie.
Sorry, guys, I'm looking for some white paint. I thought I had some, but
But before Deadpool can answer, the glass house begins to shine. Peter says they're going to finish this after they deal with this obvious death trap. Inside, a man drinks his wine from a straw, and he says
I've got every colour but white. So, in that case, what we'll do is we'll use, because it's Spider-Ball, because it's going to be Spider-Man, it's going to be the Iron Spider, I'll use yellow instead. Or the colour that I'll be using, which I'll be mixing this here with my white. Not white, with my yellow. Zero black, which is nice and easy to use. Yeah.
Spider-Man says that he's picking up signals coming in from the devices on the back of the creature's necks. So Spider-Man and Wade start ripping the devices out of their necks, and as they fall to the ground, they begin.
I'll be mixing this with this yellow here. You can't see. So these two colours here. This one and this one.
So now that they're self-aware, they're basically going to lose any will to live. Great job, guys! Zero then says that he's pretty sure they have a lot of questions. But Spider-Man stops him, telling him, no, I don't. And Wade tells him, really? Because I'm completely lost right now and would like some answers. As the two of them jump back into fighting, Spider-Man explains that this is the guy who hired Wade to kill Peter Parker, and once he was dead, he became Peter Parker and stole every piece of data that they had on genetic splicing. A large creature that appears, and Zero says, well, that's close, but not all of it. Really, you should be asking why, out of all the powerful beings, I chose you. The large creature then grabs onto Peter, and Wade tells him,
Let's mix.
I'm going in.
I do have black, so shall we do Deadpool's eyes first, and I'll then leave that time to dry, so then I can colour in the white afterwards, maybe. I do have some, I just don't know where I put it. I thought I had some here ready. I'm just going to check that none of this is actually wet. Because we do not want wet. Because some of this will have oil in it, and I hate oil paint. I really don't like it. Again, this is like acrylic artist paint. But you can use any kind of ordinary acrylic. I would definitely recommend acrylic over any watercolors, guys, because watercolor isn't. It just runs off and it's just way too watery.
He then activates the device next to him, telling them that this device here is a superconductor that attracts very specific elements.
You will need
that's too many words.
You will need a little bit of water to mix in. So when you that's too big. Way too big. That might work if it wasn't fucking hard. Yoink. So I told you I'd swear, guys. I do apologise. I'm getting a bit. Why is every single one of my paintbrushes hard?
The only reason I told Peter Parker is because I thought it was a scumbag. And I didn't tell you because I didn't want to hurt your feelings knowing that your boss was really a bad guy. As Wade removes his hood, he tells Spider-Man that he's trying to change. But Peter doesn't say a word. The reason he stopped talking is because Wade's face is healed. And Wade asks, big glass in my teeth? Elsewhere, Zero tells a woman that he wasn't sure which flavor she wanted, so she got them both. But he promises once he's done, she'll be one and the same as them. A few days later, Spider-Man and Wade...
Grabbing some other paintbrushes. I got loads of little timeline brushes and different shape brushes. I just do generally use what I want, how I want. Get some water. Get rid of that excess a little bit.
He shouts, he thinks I'm handsome! After throwing Squid into Swarm, telling them, if you guys are going to team up, you really need to
consider some of that black.
And Ox then shouts, Ox, I'm sad now. I smother my feelings with violence. And Boarbear guy says, for the record, I do have a business degree. Wade looks at the two of them and tells them, you both look like Inside Out and Zootopia had an embarrassing idiot child. Oh, wait! You're an animal-themed team! And Spider-Man asks him, you just got that? After shooting Boarbear guy in the butt, Wade says that the bee guy kind of throws off the whole thing. Just then White Rabbit stabs Wade in the back. As she jumps away, she tells him, I like you. I would like to do things with your corpse. And Wade tells her, thank you for choosing my heart and not my face. Kind of been broken so many times, I don't even notice anymore. Spider-Man swings in, kicking White Rabbit away and shouts, kicks are for kids! And Wade tells him, well, I appreciate your new mean attitude. You kind of just said kick kids. Spider-Man and Wade continue beating on the group, whether it is kicking or blowing them up. And then they soon realize that one of Spider-Man's webs to Squid is basically choking him to death. So Spider-Man takes out a web.
I think this is going to take a couple of lickings. So what I'll do is I will take it all in stages, guys. If I don't manage to get all of this, all you got to do, guys, is come over to Instagram and you will get a full picture of what they look like.
He starts looking around, asking if Ashton Kutcher is going to show again. And then an elevator drops on Boarbear Guy. Spider-Man shouts, who's there? And then stops and says that his spider sense isn't detecting anything. A wire falls from the ceiling, grabbing White Rabbit by the throat, and then more swords are thrown into Ox. Spider-Man manages to shoot a web into the controls to stop the wire, but as White Rabbit falls down, she points over asking if they see that. And Wade says,
yeah, it's going to take me a couple licks, so I'm going to let those. There you go. There's a basic idea. I'll bring them a bit closer together, actually.
Spider-Man shouts, "Who are you?" And the woman tells him, "Don't be scared. I'm one of you, just like you." Spider-Man and Wade try to catch her, but the woman crawls up the wall, telling them, "Maybe next time you can touch me." As the woman retreats, the doors to the warehouse fly open and SWAT teams begin to surround Spider-Man and Wade, telling them that they're under arrest.
So there's Deadpool. It looks a bit rough, guys, but that's because it's just the first lick. And hopefully this won't go anywhere.
And Spider-Man tells him he doesn't have to. But Wade continues.
But something to rest them on.
I've never really felt so
Do
good
it roll everywhere. There we go.
Spider-Man tells him the feeling is mutual, though he didn't do much. He's a good guy. Good guys stick together. A little while later, over at Wade's secret man cave apartment, Wade asks Spider-Man if he's busy playing Overwatch now. And Spider-Man responds with, "I am crushing Overwatch. Swagman 3600 just got served a little dessert with a main course of ponage." Wade tells him that's nice. They are wanted for murder, so when he's done, they should probably go look for the blue punk rock Spiral Girl. "We're going to call her Itsy Bitsy," Spider-Man says. "That's lame," Deadpool tells him. "You're lame." So the two of them talk. Spider-Man tells Wade not to worry so much. His Spider Tracer has been sending out a signal for the last few hours on the same frequency as Patient Zero's teleport tech. Wade asks him what does that mean, and Spider-Man says, well, Zero had a vendetta, making monstrosities in his basement. And then suddenly, we get attacked by a blue woman, so I invited him over. A portal opens up behind Wade, and he tells Spider-Man, "You're a raging hemorrhoid of spider eggs, and I hate you so much." Zero steps through the portal, electrocuting Wade, shouting, "I come in peace! Help me!" Spider-Man looks at Wade and asks, why? And Zero says that he just wanted to have one last shot on the idiot before he surrendered. Spider-Man waits for a moment and then says that these are acceptable terms of surrender. Wade rolls on the ground in pain, stating, "No! My groin is charged with the power of Cosmic!" Zero tells them, "Look, no more games, no more fighting. You want to know everything? Fine. Just promise you'll protect me."
We'll give these another lick because
Promise, but to start, who the hell are you? Zero takes off his mask.
sometimes it will take you a thing.
Wade goes first.
Take you a minute or two.
Love child with Abby from Dance Moms? And then Spider-Man
That's my dog in the background. You can hear she's barking at the wind. There's Deadpool done. Nice and easy as Deadpool. I'll get rid of that there.
Zero begins to shout, "I literally made a deal with the devil to execute revenge
fact,
on
I
Deadpool
might.
and Spider-Man.
No, I
This is
won't.
why I hated you."
Okay, 3.
Zero is about to say his name. A voice says, "Boring."
No, that's red. I don't want the red. I want the bronze kind of. It's like a metallic color.
He has Picasso powers of self-cubism. I hit my fear of stupidity. Yes, I'm pretty sure we're not.
Give it a shake.
Itsy Bitsy that hangs out of the ceiling, stating, "Zero."
So I can actually get some out.
Get a half mask with gnarly skin. How 90s can a person get? Wade opens fire, and then Spider-Man grabs a hold of the dead buggy and flings it into the ceiling. Wade shouts, "What was that, you jackhole? I love that car." Itsy Bitsy tells them
Pain in the arse, this
he
pain.
doesn't want to hurt them unless they're into that sort of thing. Webs begin whipping around, cutting off Wade's ear, and he tells Itsy Bitsy to come on down so we can spank her full of bullets. As the fight goes on, Itsy Bitsy tells him, "I really don't want to fight. How about we skip all that stuff and we have a 3-way team up already?" She grabs onto Wade's grenades and throws them behind her, telling them, "So it's serial timeout." And then there's an explosion. That looks badass, right? All backlit. Chapow! The three rush into fighting as Itsy Bitsy grabs Spider-Man in a headlock and begins shooting Wade. She tells them, "Come on, we have a greater calling together." Itsy Bitsy then starts punching Spider-Man, and as Wade tries to stop her,
I won't use that brush. That's going to be a bit too much. I'm just going to have to do this freehand. Well, I do it freehand anyway, but I mean.
But before she can bring it down, Wade quickly cuts off her hands. She turns around, stabbing another of her swords into Wade, and tells him, "That's interrupting. That's rude." As Spider-Man and Wade lay there, Spider-Man says that
Again, it's going to be Iron Spider.
He tells them, "This is your last chance. Join me or it's goodbye." Wade tells him that he's got it.
So that's why I'm
"How's your
using
healing factor, Spider-Man?" Spider-Man says he doesn't have one. And Itsy Bitsy says that he's probably referring
this
to
bronze.
hundreds of pounds of C4 in the trunk of the buggy. Let's give it a whirl.
It's close to gold that I could
"Don't
actually
worry,
find.
don't feel a thing." And Spider-Man asks him, "Really?" And Wade kind of gets rid of that idea. "No, getting blown up hurts like a mother." From the fire, Itsy Bitsy stands up as her bones crack back into place. And after straightening her head, she says that this is why you never meet your heroes. Whatever, there's work to be done. And with that, Itsy Bitsy swings away singing, "The Itsy Bitsy Spider."
Yeah, he's going to take a couple licks
Really bizarre turns after
to get good coverage.
the first storyline, but hey, whatever. I'm enjoying it. Did you like it? And do you like this idea of a spliced together Spider-Man Deadpool villain named Itsy Bitsy? Pretty crazy. Also, how do you feel about them mentioning games like Overwatch? Because I don't know, that's kind of weird for me. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Comic Story and subscribe to the channel to get the next part of this story when we finally do it. I'll see you next time right here.
What do you guys think about the Iron Spider? Do you like the new look or do you like the original? Let's get that advert on. Yeah, do you guys like the original Spider-Man suit, or do you like the film version? I prefer the original, because the film version just seems a bit of a cop-out.
We added music, sound effects, and sometimes weird voices. And we hope that you guys enjoy this. But keep in mind, all alterations to the panel section images are to prevent copyright problems, and all art is owned by respective companies. Now, this is the continuing storyline of Spider-Man and Deadpool versus...
What I'm going to try and do, if I can, is give it also a outline. So
and then they break it up with either a crossover event like Till Death Do Us Part, or they throw in something else like a Penn and Teller adventure. Anyway, we have 2 more issues to go over, and then we'll be able to wrap up Itsy Bitsy. Now, in our last video, when we last left off with Spider-Man and Deadpool, they blew themselves up in an attempt to try and stop Itsy Bitsy, which they failed to do. Itsy Bitsy is a genetically altered human created by Patient Zero, who, oddly enough, Itsy Bitsy ended up killing before revealing who he was. Now, with Itsy Bitsy still on the loose, it's time for the bullet to finally stop her once and for all. But the thing that we discover about teleportation is that there can be some weird drawbacks. Like if 2 people teleport together, they can end up mashed together, which Wade happens to be looking at as they walk by the treehouse that they are in. Spider-Man asks what he's looking at, and Deadpool sighs, telling him, dream come true. Anyway, how's the guts feeling? Spider-Man leans up from his leaf bed, telling Deadpool that he knows that he's enjoying nursing him back to health to an unhealthy degree, but they really have to get back and stop Itsy Bitsy. Deadpool tells him not to worry. She's moving about 100th the speed that they are, according to his calculations, which he didn't calculate. All he knows is that in this particular pocket universe, accessed by this particular thingamajig that he got off of the gray market moves time faster than back home. Spider-Man tells him that there's no proof that they are in a pocket dimension, to which Deadpool opens up a floating zipper which hangs out of Eternity's pocket and says, see? Pocket dimension. Spider-Man then asks if that's true, where are they? And Deadpool shouts, Cleveland! Wait, Weird World! I was going to bring Sheikla here, but she currently hates me for being so studly. Hence why I even have this gateway. As Spider-Man gets up, he remembers something else important, and he asks Deadpool, did you? And Deadpool says, yes, I totally did. And Spider-Man shouts, you looked under my mask? And Deadpool tells him, well, not your mask. How else are they supposed to patch you up? Before Spider-Man can ask what he's looking at, a person flies by and Deadpool shouts to them that they are having a delicate conversation in here. The woman on the dragon yells at them, who dares steal from Morgan Le Fay? And Deadpool shouts back, who dares start a sentence with who dares? As the Glarko-men surround the 2 of them, Spider-Man attempts to web them up, except nothing happens. When he looks over, he sees Deadpool taking the liberty of recreating some things. And Deadpool shouts, who dares question my web-slinging private time? Spider-Man walks over to Morgan Le Fay and tells her, look, whatever you're planning on doing doesn't mean jack squat. You're just some second-rate...
So there's the basic outline, guys.
Morgan Le Fay shouts that she will shrink them down to their bones for their insolence. And as she touches the spider suit, she finds herself electrocuted. Spider-Man takes back the particular thingamajig, stating, glad to have some of my spider tech still working. One of the Glarko-men shouts that they were slaves and now they're free! And another one shouts that thanks to...
Yeah, I'm going to have to dry these a little bit.
They can resume their eradication of the vile elven filth. Deadpool says that it looks like Weird World's NPCs are kind of going to war. Pretty sure they're talking about genocide. Spider-Man tells him that he heard, and Deadpool says...
I just rubbed off really easy.
Right? Spider-Man throws the gate key and shouts, fine. We will stop some fake war between made-up people in a fan-fiction universe. And as the 2 do just that, they begin to ride Morgan Le Fay's fire-breathing dragon while Wade sings, put an eye to the Valkyries! But no sooner do they stop the war than a new threat appears, and the Slur burrow out of the ground. But while fighting them off, Deadpool then asks that since they have some time to think here, how exactly are they going to take care of Itsy Bitsy anyway? Spider-Man says actually he was thinking about that. They'll win by any means necessary, and Wade tells them that he really hopes he's not talking about what he thinks he's talking about. Spider-Man goes on to state that he's seen her kind before. Maniacs, sociopaths, the usual stuff doesn't work. Deadpool then says that that would mean that they have to unalive her, right? And last time he checked, that really wasn't on the Spider-Man. Spider-Man finishes off the last of the slow breath, and he says that he will do whatever is necessary to keep people safe. After taking a look at the gate key, Spider-Man says that ever since Peter Parker came back from the afterlife, he's been stuck. Like there's this feeling of whatever he does, whatever he accomplishes in this world, there will always be something missing. Like the whole thing is just meaningless. He hands back the gate key and he asks if they can just go now. And Deadpool tells him, sure, whatever, just another day battling extra-dimensional beings with your hero who wants to kill someone, not to rush back to the big city, where a whole 4 hours have passed. And Deadpool says that you can't imagine the excitement that they.
So now I'm doing the outlines. You know, the spider pattern or the spider web pattern that is on his mask. If I can get it right. I can't really touch any of it now.
She doesn't hide from them. She isn't afraid. She shows up and does her good work in their names. Anyone itsy bitsy deems a threat to society.
Okay, so I'm going to leave that dry for a minute. Put that one there. Actually, I think I'll try and put them upside down.
An engine of death, killing people in his name. It's all like he's being tested because he won't embrace the most obvious answer to the problem. The voice that asks, what is that answer?
Which I can't do. And I'll start doing the other one.
Only an hour before that, Spider-Man throws a pair of swords onto the ground, telling Deadpool that this is stupid. And Deadpool tells him that they have to start somewhere. You're a good fighter, but you're not a great fighter. So I called in some big help. Seconds later, Nightcrawler bamps in, and Deadpool tells him that he loves bamping. He wishes that he could bamp. Spider-Man walks off, telling him, yeah, you can enjoy some hero practice. I really don't have time for this. Nightcrawler teleports in front of Spider-Man, telling him that if he cannot find one of these here, he's free to leave, but give him the courtesy of a good workout. Soon, Spider-Man and Deadpool are sparring with Nightcrawler, and as the fighting continues, Spider-Man gets more and more aggressive. Deadpool shouts to Spider-Man that he isn't.
And I'm doing the eyes for this one.
Drones? And Spider-Man tells him to shut up. And Wade tells him no. This is how you fight to kill someone. Nightcrawler stops telling Spider-Man to wait, and he asks if that was just typical poor Deadpool humor, right? You really don't plan on capturing this woman, do you? Spider-Man swings the sword at Nightcrawler, telling him to shut up, and Deadpool swings down on Spider-Man's sword, telling him to answer the question. We're all friends here, so if you want someone to teach you how to murder, Nightcrawler will help. Spider-Man jumps at Wade, shouting that they're all out of options and out of time. Why are you, of all people, fighting me on this, Deadpool? Deadpool kicks him back, telling him it's because watching him crap all over the corporal leads that made him his personal hero makes him sick. So if I have to beat some sense into you, I will. Spider-Man jumps in, stabbing into Wade and throwing the two of them out of the building. Deadpool tells him that it's his honor to be his first stabbing. Nightcrawler jumps in between the two of them to try and break them up, but then Deadpool fires a shot at Nightcrawler, telling him to back off. They've been a power couple for a long time, and frankly, he really doesn't think Spidey has the Macarena's force. It's people like Spidey that taught him that there's another way. But before he can finish, Spider-Man swings by, cutting off Wade's head.
There's the basic eyes again.
Now, in the current time, Nightcrawler tells Spider-Man
because it's a ball, it's a little bit more difficult. Not a huge fan of what I did a minute ago, so I'm going to maybe use some black on this one. Let's get rid of that second.
Even in the darkest times, Spider-Man is a legacy, an inspiration, and yes, the righteous path.
But I am going to need to dry it. I should have some tissue somewhere. In fact, I might leave that there for a second. Find that paper.
He knows that there's a lot going on between them, but Chico stops and telling him that he has two choices. If he wants to save their marriage, come with her right now. Otherwise, go talk to him. Deadpool says that's not an easy choice, but Chico tells him to go. He only has a few minutes before the helpers return.
Or need some dab paper. Dry off your paintbrush because you don't want it saturated. You want it damp, but you don't want it hugely wet.
Wade says that now he knows that is actually a
thing. Give it a wipe down.
So tell him why he was after him and Webb so they can stop Itsy Bitsy. Zero begins to take up his mask, telling them that that's a lot to cram into 5 minutes. But I've become somewhat of an expert of cramming. As the mask comes off, Wade sees that Patient Zero is in fact Weasel. Deadpool punches him first, saying that he hates when the internet is right about the guessing. Weasel gets in Deadpool's face, telling him that he created Itsy Bitsy, which, by the way, is a dumb name, to show the world what a monster Wade Wilson really is. Deadpool tells him that people can change, but what about Spidey? He then begins to choke Weasel as he rambles on that he found himself a partner with a mutual taste for darkness, and a serious mad-on for his best pal. Deadpool wakes back up in the real world, quietly saying that he knows everything. And after he looks around, he asks, where's Webbs? Nightcrawler tells him that he's lost, and he points towards the altar. Deadpool sees the words "do not follow" written in webbing. Nightcrawler says that Spider-Man is on a destructive path. If Deadpool has any part to play in the rescue, he must go now. Find him before he finds Itsy Bitsy, or he fears that he will make a terrible mistake and his soul will be lost forever. And that concludes this, the next 2-issue chapter to the storyline. Don't know why they're breaking it up like this, but hey, that's exactly what they're doing, so we're giving it to you as we can. And for those of you guys wondering, yes, we already did.
What's that Deadpool looking like? Yeah, okay, so we're ready to put some more paint on the Deadpool now. Paintbrush, that one there. Again, I'm going to have to dry the paintbrush off. Dab it, but don't saturate it. It hurts. Give me a sec.
What if Deadpool was invited to his own movie? Lights, camera, action!
Give this another lick.
Welcome to the Complete Story Series, where I bring you trade paperbacks and single issues in a digestible format. Then every issue magically back to you. All alterations to the final second images are to prevent copyright problems, and all art is owned by its respective companies. This is the side story of the Spider-Man Deadpool crossover book. As the book says, it begins before the Spider-Man Deadpool crossover begins, but after the Amazing Spider-Man #1. You know, when Peter Parker's rich. Our tale begins with Deadpool walking his wife's little pet demon, then sees so bored. That is, until he sees a man with a boombox. The boombox is conveniently on a news station, and it informs Deadpool that there are currently frightened eyewitnesses that have spotted a costumed menace, a supervillain flying through the air. So Deadpool grabs the man, asking him why he has a boombox and not an MP3 player or something. The man informs him that perhaps he should go find a villain or something. And that gets Deadpool thinking, that could fill up 20 pages of filler. So he leaves Sheikla's pet dragon thingy to fly off on his own, and he takes off across town. And that's where he finds a guy in a hover disc floating through town. He calls out to him, asking him who he is, and he explains who he is. He's the Salmon Stuntman. Though he's not a supervillain, doesn't Deadpool know that he can't lie about being a supervillain? That's kind of against the law. He came out here to get Deadpool's attention because he wants his help in performing the stunts of the new Deadpool movie. Who else would be better for the fight scenes than the real Deadpool?
So there's the, again, the Deadpool. Again, I'll let that dry. So I'll put that one back down there. It's actually drying really quickly, so that's really, really good. The other Deadpool one, which we're going to do.
Spider-Man asks him why he didn't just text. And Deadpool explains everything that's going on in a very boring explanation. So he asks Spidey to come along with him. No one knows Hollywood better than Spider-Man. I don't know, Deadpool. Superhero movies are kind of getting gloomy these days. All the heroes want to do is fight each other. Shouldn't comic book movies be kid-friendly? Come on, Spider-Man. You know this.
Yeah, very true.
No one's a bigger seller than you.
Comic book heroes should be kid-friendly.
And with that, our two heroes make their way to the movie sets where they try past a dancer, a soldier, and a Storm and Wolverine.
All this death and destruction in comic book hero books. Comics are for kids. Yes, you've got a lot of comics that when they came out, you've got adults that read them still. That doesn't mean that they have to make it evil.
Donald Bryans is playing Deadpool on the movie, and he isn't exactly happy.
What are your thoughts on it, guys? I mean, take the Justice League, for goodness sake.
The producer gives him an awkward grin and then agrees to put back into all of the nude butt scenes while Donald walks off.
Okay, so there's another Deadpool one done. Again, I think I might need another licking, but we'll see how that turns out once it's dried a little bit.
Fighting by telling Deadpool to drop all of his weapons into the bag. Can't have them accidentally going off. And with that, they call action, and Deadpool leaps in.
How are these doing?
You don't have to talk during this.
They're still quite damp.
See something is wrong when Sam and Stuntman blast the ground, nearly taking out Little Wayne. Then he burns Deadpool's face, throwing him to the ground. Sam and Stuntman then begins to laugh. You fools! This was my plan all along, to get Deadpool unarmed and ready to fight against me! Deadpool begins to make a break for it, dodging the blast coming out of Sam and Stuntman's
Well, I can get my hair dryer. But that is
he webs onto the scene, dodging Sam and Stuntman.
Very far away. So what I might do,
Sam and Stuntman busy, Deadpool sees the character
get that one there,
runs over to her shouting,
and
"Don't you know you're character? Just give me back my weapons." As Spider-Man dodges even more, Deadpool comes swinging in on the webs that Spider-Man lets hanging around, blasting his guns at Sam and Stuntman. Sam and Stuntman then blows a hole in the wall and begins to make a
my thin brush. Yeah, that's my thin brush. I might use that black that I was just using on the Spidey here.
Daredevil is kind of blind. The three of them run through a bikini babe scene and then into a scene with zombies.
Grab that black wherever I put it. Yeah, I think I'm going to need a little bit more when hot here.
Then they find themselves in a scene from Jurassic Park, which is where Spider-Man leads Sam and Stuntman into the mouth of the T-Rex. Deadpool calls cuts. They both walk over.
Again,
to
it's
a classic
acrylic
studio
paint, guys.
and they discover that Sam and Stuntman is actually Donald Drians. It turns out that he wanted to stop Deadpool,
Acrylic paint.
real Deadpool, from interfering with the movies by using his fourth wall breaks. Then Donald is arrested and hauled off. The producer runs over asking what they should do now that his star has been arrested, and Spider-Man suggests they hire someone like maybe Ryan Reynolds. He's so much better. But the producer gets another idea. A few months later, we get Nighthawk versus Hyperion. Yawn of boredom. You won't believe that their mothers share the same first name. Deadpool and Spider-Man walk out of the movie with Deadpool asking, how can they be fighting and then be best friends?
I've done that one in silver, but I don't really like the way it's turned out.
Issue of the Spider-Man Deadpool series. Now, right after this, we'll move back.
So I'm going to try something a bit different here. Again, guys, if you're watching, what should I do with these ones? I don't know.
Right here. Don't forget to subscribe for more Spider-Man and Deadpool. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter @ComicStorian and Instagram @ComicStorian. See you next time.
Where did I put that brush? Let me a sec. I'm gonna get rid of this.
Today's video is brought to you by Squarespace. You can start your free trial today.
It's not by Squarespace. That's Comic Historian's advertisement. I can't offer you the same advert for this, guys. So I'm going to talk over this part because obviously it's not my advert. And if you do want to go figure it out, guys, and you want to check it out, go to Comic Historian. That is Comic Historian over on YouTube.
This is the complete story series where we break down your favorite comic books into the most epic of recounts, which includes music, voices, and sound effects. Wade sometimes likes to think back to how he met his beautiful and most current wife. He met her after she awoke from a casket nap. That really should have been the first indication where this whole thing was going to go. Not only is he a terrible person, but Shiklah is the queen of Monster Metropolis, which sometimes means that Shiklah's monsters wander around in the New York subway, who also happen to get shot repeatedly since everyone in the subway apparently has a gun. It was a few minutes after that Wade rides
so how do I
on a horse, telling a few officers to give his thanks to Officer Gill for the loaner that he probably didn't agree to, but he's got a date. As Wade walks down, Shiklah is ripping through the crowd shouting, "They killed Farkas!" Wade tells Shiklah to just relax. Killing humans isn't going to help her cause. And Shiklah points at Farkas' dead body, shouting, he lived in this land before the Vikings discovered it. He was the last of his kind, and his body just outlasted his mind. Wade says, look, this is the New York subway. I once killed a guy for playing the bagpipes. Try to think about this from a human's perspective. A monster was running around shouting and all. Shiklah pulls Wade aside. You're defending the disgusting humans? And he tells her, of course not. The humans overreacted. But they have a legal system in place for these sort of things. Shiklah then tells the monsters to head back to the metropolis. She will return shortly after seeing this human justice. So Shiklah brings the humans who killed Farkas to court, and seeing how the Constitution only applies to actual humans and not so much monsters, the judge decides to let everyone go. Shiklah shouts, ha! She knew that this would happen, but she tried it Wade's way. Now it's time for her to make her own justice. She teleports herself and Wade back to the metropolis, and the monsters begin to chant, no more human rule. As Shiklah leads Wade down some stairs, he says, you can calm them down, right? And Shiklah tells him, of course, if she wanted. However, she must retaliate, and there's something important that she needs him to do. She then pushes open a set of doors that lead to the end of a stairway, and she tells Wade that she needs him to stay here with her friends and let them chop him up into little pieces and put him into those jars over there. Once the city has been taken over and she has secured a future worth living in, she'll come back and attend to him. She then shuts the doors, and Wade says, now I know me and Shiklah have been hitting a rough patch recently, but none of you guys would be knocking boots with her, would you? The Queen's guards all say, well. And Wade shouts, you freaking jerks! There's going to be body parts in those jars, and they ain't going to be mine. He cuts off the heads of one of the guards, and as the head falls into a jar, it screams. Wade tells him, just ask my wife to kiss it better. After fighting a few more, Wade throws some explosives on the wall, stating, I would love to stay and kill you all, but I got bigger problems to handle. As the explosions go off, Wade runs through the hole into the subway, and as the guards chase after him, he ducks under an oncoming train, letting it hit those guards. As the train passes, another guard runs out, and Wade fires his grappling hook into the back of the subway car's window, pulling himself up. He then sits in the back of the train, and he sends a group text message out stating that he's sorry to ask like this, but he could really use some help. Steve Rogers responds with too busy with Hydra stuff. The mercs for money tell him no. Spider-Man says, new phone, who dis? And Luke Cage and Iron Fist, well, Luke just crushes the phone after looking at it. But while Wade is preparing to stop Sheikla, she has already begun building up her army, using the scepter of the Manticore. With it, she projects herself all over Manhattan and calls out to all of the monsters, announcing that their queen needs them. She has lived in the corrupt rule of these human beings for far too long. It is time for them to take back the city. Suddenly, monsters begin to crawl out of the ground into subways, and Sheikla shouts that with all of her subjects around the world, they will march onward to war and to their victory. Meanwhile, over in Mexico, two vampires get ready to head over to New York and talk about what it's going to be like since they haven't been there in like a long time. Maybe they have a fantastic porno district. A voice tells them, nah, Times Square is full of bright lights and people dressed up like candy. True hellhole. Then a stake is thrown through one of the vampire's chests, and the voice says, looks like I'm going to be heading back to New York for Wade's divorce. I even warned him about this. And as Blade kills the second vampire, he goes on stating that he'll be damned if he's going to let New York pay the price for that idiot's stupidity. Some time passes as the monsters take over, and Blade finds himself in the Rockefeller Center, which has now become the Monster Center, fighting off a horde of demon geese. As the geese overpower Blade, Wade comes in wearing his old Western disguise, shooting some of them, telling them, don't worry, Peter, no geese are actually being harmed, except for the one that I just shot and this other one over here that I just shot. Wade jumps in the fight asking him, what's my favorite Wesley Snipes impersonator doing here? And Blade tells him, what's it look like I'm doing? And what's with the ridiculous elephant? Wade says that he was hiding from the missus. And Blade asks, so it's true. She's responsible for using the scepter of the Manticore to summon all of these monsters. And Wade responds with, well, if you look at it that way. After killing the last of the battle geese, Blade says the last scion of the Helsing family, Camper Van Helsing, works here in New York. They may have access to the family's magical armory to help them in this battle. Wade then asks if he thinks that they have a device that can help track specific monsters. He might have an idea. Meanwhile, over at Parker Industries, Peter Parker lets Camper know that she is currently fired, so she's kind of only been showing up to work 2 days out of a week for the past 3 months. That is unless she is secretly fighting crime. And Camper tells him, well,
okay, let's put that down. That's looking...
There's only a handful of people who are even
touch any of it. That's actually looking a lot better, personally, to me. Again, it's all done by paintbrush, and it's a bit like, ooh.
As Camper leaves, Peter and Anna Maria hears some destruction happening outside as Sheikla's monsters are approaching. Peter says it is time to try out their newest innovation in defense, the Parker Brothers. Down below, several robots walk out, covering the Parker Industries building in webbing, and the monster mages begin to summon spiders and dismantle the robots. Peter shouts that they summoned magical spiders to devour the Parker Brothers, and Anna Maria says that he's got to appreciate the irony of that. Seconds later, Peter's phone begins to ring, and he answers, asking Wade what is
We're done a basic.
Busy at the moment. And Wade asks if he happens to be in the Parker Industries building because there's someone who works there that he needs to talk to.
What?
Peter hangs up the phone, telling
That's
him he
not...
doesn't have time for this
Wait.
right now. Wait, why is my spider?
You can actually see me in the background. That's not all smear. That's actually got a design on it.
It must have been a bad connection. Oh well, I'm almost there. Some of the mages spot Wade, and then they encase him in carbonite.
I think we're about ready. So we got the two. We'll compare the two now.
They're going to bring him into custody.
Which one do you prefer, guys?
Peter asks if she's here to help with the invasion.
Do you prefer the one with the black outline, which is this one in my left hand, or do you prefer the one with a... Show you the back of it. Yeah, show it better. Do you prefer the one with the silver? It is going to be Iron Spider, so there's like the film version. And this one will be sort of, I suppose, but not the idea that I've just sort of gotten to. This might need a bit more of a doing. The dipple's looking alright.
She's calling it the Sandman, to which Peter tells her that she should really change that name. Sheikla then asks how many people can it affect at once. Camper says that the current radius is only 10.
I prefer this one here, guys, the one on my left hand, this one. But if you like this one more, let me know in the comment section. Can't really see them, but if you come over to Instagram, guys, I will take better pictures for you guys to see. Let's do Let's do a little bit more while this is still wet. To the
Wade then says he's going to do him a favor. And using a tiny gun in,
silver, I'm just going to defront that. A little bit.
He then fires and makes an escape to the far rooftops to get to the next building over. But after the rope turns into a snake and tries to bite him, Wade thinks that he needs a better plan. Just then a monster falcon flies by and hits Wade with its droppings. Wade thinks, monster falcon poo, huh? Seconds later, Wade is riding the monster falcon shouting, woohoo, I'm flying! And the monster falcon tells him, actually, no, he's flying, and the only reason that he's allowing him to ride on him is because he has a gun pointed at his head. Wade then flies over to the Parker Industries building, and he hops off telling the mages to let him pass. And one of the mages asks, or what? Suddenly a sword pokes out from the laughing mage's chest, and Wade says, I did warn you. Blade jumps out, cutting down the other one. And then Wade starts beating another of the mages, telling Blade, I don't care what anyone thinks. You should have so won an Oscar for New Jack City. Back below, Sheikla asks Camper if it's ready, and Camper signs stating, yes. But before she can use it, Peter webs the scepter from her hand.
This paintbrush is too hard.
She changes into her massive monster form. And Sheikla then hears Wade calling out to her. Outside the window, Wade asks if something...
That wasn't even the right one I was using.
Falcon tells Sheikla, I apologize. I've never been so embarrassed in my life. Sheikla then fires a blast out the window, hitting Wade, and as he tumbles inside, he pulls out a shotgun pointing at Sheikla, stating that he borrowed this from Blade. So he's not sure if it's going to shoot wood or lead. But before he fires, Peter jumps on Sheikla, hitting her in the head, stating, he's got this. You just need a distraction is all. But while Peter and Sheikla are fighting, Wade asks Camper, who are you? And after she tells him her name, he shouts, no way, you're the reason I'm here. Sheikla manages to throw Peter back and then grabs the Sandman, putting her scepter into it, and then she starts to emit its signals to put everyone to sleep. Except nothing happens, and Camper mentions that she may have changed the radius to 0. Sheikla instead summons more monsters, stating, oh well, time to plan B. Camper shouts, Deadpool can take them! And Wade says, yeah, but that doesn't mean that I want to. And Peter says, as much as I hate to admit it, Wade's right, we gotta go. Peter jumps out the window with Camper, and Wade turns back to Sheikla and tells her, I love you! And then he hops on the Falcon to fly away. Once Wade, Peter, and Camper all get to Camper's apartment, which is covered in Deadpool posters, Wade says that he needs to know if they have any heirlooms that can help track specific monsters. Camper says that that's funny you should ask. She's actually been using that thing as a leg for her table since one of the legs broke off. Peter then asks, who exactly are you going to track anyway? And Wade says the only one who can put an end to this invasion, Dracula. A little while later, Sheikla summons more monsters to guard the Rockefeller Center, and as she leaves, Domino reports that yes, the Rockefeller Center is the base of our...
That's looking a bit better.
It's done up all gross. Elsewhere on a jet, Wade says, good. Now all we need to do is try and get that staff that controls the monsters. Oh, you were already going to do that, huh? Great. That's just great. Well, bye-bye. The pilot then asks, so where are we going? Somewhere super classified? And Wade says, nah. I need you to take me to find
Put some more to this one here as well, guys. It's drawing okay, so that's really, really good.
They'll go to an airport close.
Really, really good. I was worried it wasn't going to dry in time.
After being knocked out by Peter for asking, are we there yet? Numerous times when Camper says that she thinks she finally got something. Wade jumps up, grabbing the hatch, shouting, finally! And he jumps out and then quickly realizes he doesn't have a parachute. Peter jumps out, grabbing onto Camper, and then creates a parachute out of web, asking what happened to Wade. And as Peter and Camper float to the ground, Wade sits on a bench eating ice cream, stating how apparently ice cream is free if you fall from the sky naked using your costume as a parachute. You aren't mad about the plane thing, right? After wrapping up Wade's head in webbing, the three walk through the city of Latvia, and Camper asks Peter, how does he know where they are? He tells her that he has spider sense, but actually, there's a tourist shop that they just passed with I Heart Latvia shirts that kind of tipped off their location. Soon the group walks up to a door, and Camper says that according to the family's stick, this is it. Wade cuts the webbing off and begins knocking, asking, hello, is Dracula home? And Peter grabs Wade, asking if he's insane, and that's when an old woman answers the door. The woman asks if she can help them in Latvian, and Wade, somehow knowing the native language, asks that she's Dracula. She tells them right this way, it's almost snack time for the master. But before going in, Peter says that he hopes the mercs are having better luck getting the scepter, which, no, since the scepter can control Gorilla Man's monster side, they are not having any better luck. Once inside of the home, Wade says they're going to scout out the place for Dracula Guano, and he starts wandering around the house. As Wade goes into the bathroom, he sits asking himself, how could all of this happen? What should I even do? I love Sheikla. And, ooh, shiny! He then pulls the chain next to the toilet and mistakenly opens up a secret tunnel, which he has now fallen into. A short while later, Peter gets up to look for Wade, and then he finds the stick in the bathroom, asking, where did he? And he notices the chain next to the toilet. After jumping on the wall, Peter pulls the chain, opening up the tunnel, and he jumps down. Peter crawls through the tunnel, and Wade says that he just found out that him and Dracula wear the same brand of undies, which is totally pretty awesome. Dracula then tells them, I just want to be left alone. Is that so hard to ask? He takes a drink from his mug, stating, this is where I dwell after discovering an incredible technology, with which I have grown mighty. Wade says, through video games? And Dracula shouts, I have conquered thousands. Seconds later, Camper flies out of the tunnel, and Dracula says that he can smell her ancestry. She's about health, though I thought your line had finally died out. Peter tells him that that's not really what they're here for, and Dracula responds stating, I know, you're here to get me to lead my vampire army against that succubus and her monsters, which is never going to happen. Camper shouts, she knows it's because he's a coward. She's heard the stories from her family about him. Dracula jumps up from his chair, grabbing Camper, telling her, I will reunite you with your kid. And Peter tells him, whoa, how about we settle this through a video game? If you lose, you come back with us to New York. And Wade says, and if we lose, you get to eat her. Peter tells him, wait. And Dracula says, it's a deal. So Camper and Dracula sit, and Dracula picks his own Dracula avatar that's level 13. Camper switches from her level 66 Deadpool to a level 1 Spider-Man, and Dracula shouts, there is no way that you could defeat me with that. And then the match begins, and as Camper starts to win, Peter says that, for the record, he would never, ever do what she just did to anyone. Is that even anatomically correct? Wade says that he doesn't know, but he's got to find out now. And then back in New York, Mortius finally shouts that he's done it. He's changed the radius of the Sandman. Shikla says, finally, they will have peace. And then Machine Man Aaron extends his arm, punching her, telling her, peace is overrated. Gorilla Man, realizing that he's part man, snaps out of the servant's control, shouting that he will not be a servant while grabbing onto Shikla. Shikla breaks free while Mortius throws Sandman into her, and Gorilla Man grabs it before she can. He tells her that she loses, but Shikla says that she doesn't have to hold it to make it work. Suddenly everyone falls asleep.
I've had a little bit black to it, just to give it a little bit of a shading to it. Well, shading, I say. But it's looking a bit better now.
Nothing gets past by Nicki Minaj and her very vulgar lyrics. And just then, a monster flies up, smacking the helicopter out of the sky, making it hit the ground. And Wade screams, can we land now? And Peter tells them that they really don't have much of a choice, and they crash the helicopter. As the three of them climb out of the wreckage, Wade shouts, that went great!
So we've got the Deadpool. I'm going to move that brain brush. So we've got the Deadpools. And the Spider-Man.
Wade bangs on the helicopter, shouting, yoo-hoo! So very naughty children.
I don't know what I'm going to use for white. Give me 2 seconds. But I'm pretty much done now, guys. So if you have found this information, this handy, and you've enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave it a like. And if you want to see some more and some artwork that I do draw, I'm actually a lot better at drawing than I am painting. So don't forget to check out other videos down on my wall and channel. If you are a fan of Spider-Man, I have loads of videos. All you got to go is into the live events playlist, and also check out the old Spider-Man gameplay if you are here to watch some games.
We should end this fighting. She asks, what are you proposing exactly? Dracula takes one knee.
As always, guys, my name is Luke084, BLUT084, Art and Games, here every day on YouTube, occasionally on Mixer, but every day and night over on Instagram. I'm across the other room, trying to find some paint. White. If there's anyone who feels that this couple should not find any. That's a pain in the buttocks.
Into a stone slab, tries to say something, but Peter, who is wrapped up in webbing, says, "Don't look at me. I just want to get to the reception. The bridesmaid behind me is too hot to trot." Shikla and Dracula then kiss, and Shikla says, "Congratulations on becoming her first bride." And Dracula tells her that is not exactly how this works, but we should probably head to the Monster Metropolis and stop the fighting. As the two newlyweds leave, Peter breaks from the webbing holding him, and he tells Wade that he needs to borrow his katanas for a second. After making several quips regarding dogs, Peter finally manages to cut down the giant spider and tells Wade to hang on, he's got this. He fires a string of webbing at Wade, and then he rips him off the wall, and Wade shouts, "Watch his hairless orbs, that hurt!" Peter tells him that he's already regretting this decision. Down in the Metropolis, Dracula announces to everyone that he and Shikla are now married. Shikla calls out that they should join together and enslave humanity to rule the planet. Dracula tells them to bow, and Jack says that even with the scepter, they are not bowing to him. But before Dracula can say anything, Peter swings in, kicking Dracula, telling him, "It looks like the non-human people have spoken." Wade then grabs Shikla, asking, "Can we talk for a second, dear? Why would you marry Dracula? He killed your brothers, you know." Shikla says, if you had gotten to know them, you probably would have killed them too. Shikla then slams Wade into a wall, shouting, "You cannot tell me who to impulsively marry." As all of the monsters and vampires go back to fighting, Dracula grabs Peter, telling him, "I will suck you dry." And Peter says, "I'm not too sure if that's as intimidating as you think it is." And Dracula punts him. Peter walks over to the hole that Shikla threw Wade, and it says that, "I've never been kicked so hard by a guy with a ponytail," and what? And just before kissing the almost naked Shikla, Wade says, "Hey there, Spidey. Sheila tells him he should stay. He might learn something. Or Peter stomps off shouting, la 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 la, not listening. So
That's really annoying. I haven't got any white.
Sheila says that she has
Oh, I got paint
why
back
does he
on.
burden
Cool.
himself? He'll outlive
Luckily,
them
they
all.
had no paint on it.
But he tells them that they're not all burdens. He will admit killing them is way easier to deal with. But someone doesn't have to set out to love someone. It just happens. One day you wake up and you can't think of a good reason to kill them. So you're just going to go on watching to see what
I
happens.
don't know where my white paint's
Sheila
gone.
hugs Wade, telling him, thank you. And then she kisses him.
And blue and every other colour.
Tells everyone that that's enough. She must speak for
No
her.
white.
She tells them that they can push the wall, but
And I'm not using oil paint because it doesn't dry. And I want it to dry. In a sec, I'm going to pour all of these out.
Sheila goes on telling him,
Easy
I
to
love
find
her,
stuff.
but if they don't want me, I've got better things.
Oil, 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 nothing.
Some of these people
Ooh,
have
what's
heart
this?
power of soot. I was worried that one day they would just send Dazzler and
Oil.
explode me in my sleep. So she goes,
Oil paints, guys, they're good for paper if you're going to hang them up on the wall, but if you're going to use it for something you're going to continuously touch, don't use oil paints because, oh my god, it gets everywhere.
After waking up from death, Wade gets up and asks,
I'm really even afraid to touch my face just in case I've got oil on my paint because I've touched the paintbrush pads. I don't have any white, so
Bring it in. Wade asks,
I suppose it's because it's Christmassy. I suppose I could use a little bit of yellow. Let's try a bit of yellow.
Nothing personal. Peterman waves goodbye and another man appears, stating that he's from the city of New York, serving him the exact same thing. See you in court, Deadpool. As everyone leaves, a monster stops by the letter.
Hardly
Deadpool
any
asks,
yellow.
"What,
Yeah.
you gonna sue me too?" The monster says, "No." Deadpool reads the letter.
I haven't restocked my paint for a very, very long time.
Not move around to get on with the storyline. They may have rushed their marriage, so she is now off to find herself. Just keep the As a third man tries to serve Wade, he punches him, telling him, "You know what? It's nice to end a relationship without a corpse."
Okay, that's
Today's
way too
video
running.
is made possible by our sponsor, Squarespace. We're actually creating our own website for Comic Story, where you can find all of our videos sometimes ahead of time over on the website.
Yeah, that again, that's Squarespace if you want to go to Comic Story, but it's not mine. I do think about making like a website of some form, but I haven't really got anything other than the drawings I do. But if any of you guys do want to own the drawings that I've done in the past, you can let me know on the back of the video, or if you're watching live, and I'll be happy to send something out to you. Somebody has already won it for free, so again, I do give them away. So if you come over to Thing and wait for the next competition, you can do. If you guys can't buy anything, that's completely fine. That's not looking too bad. That's completely fine, guys, and you can just win something instead. But have you guys got your Christmas present? I've got to stop that advert.
Hey guys, I'm Spider-Man, and welcome back to the actual ending of the Deadpool / Spider-Man storyline that has been going on. Let's give you a super fast recap, Spider-Man style, because I'm Spider-Man and no one else. Not at all a Deadpool who may have put on some weight and didn't want you guys to know that I was actually Fat Deadpool. Anyway, Deadpool here to tell you what's going on in Spider-Man Deadpool. You see, in that storyline, Spider-Man and Deadpool had to end up fighting against each other because Deadpool was going to go try and kill Peter Parker early on, but then he discovered that Peter Parker actually wasn't a bad guy. What ended up happening was Peter
There's
Parker
Deadpool.
actually
Deadpool's looking actually that's the easiest one, to be honest with you.
But that individual then made an evil love child baby of the two of them together. Her name was Itsy Bitsy. She's got 6 arms and she loves to kill people in the name of Spider-Man. You know, this guy right here. Anyway, Itsy Bitsy then went ahead and started murdering people, which drove Spider-Man over the edge to go ahead and start murdering people. That's where he left off in the story, and he kind of killed me. Anyway, that pull out. You guys enjoy the storyline. Let's move forward. In our last video, Wade and Peter sought out the help of Nightcrawler to help them with the ever-growing problem that is Itsy Bitsy, a weird clone girl with the properties of both Spider-Man and Deadpool, who she calls their fathers. As teaming up with Spider-Man, Wade has been learning how to be a better person by not killing people, whereas Spider-Man has been slowly getting pushed over the edge to be forced into killing Itsy Bitsy since she has been making kills across the city of New York in their name, in the names of Spider-Man and Deadpool. As the two sparred, Spider-Man cut Wade's head off and sent him to hell, where he learned who Patient Zero was, which was Weasel. His entire storyline is laid out in a playlist that I'll be linking down below. And this is the conclusion.
Yeah, that's what we've been listening to, guys.
As Wade finally manages to catch up with Spider-Man, he sees that Spidey has had some upgrades to his suit. Wade says, by the way, your fly is totally down. That aside, cutting off my head was the least subtle way to end our play date so that you could go on a murder spree. Spider-Man tells him that he's sorry for what happened back there with Kurt. But this isn't a murder spree. This is one. He's not. Wade looks at him, telling him, look, we've done the whole song and dance thing about this. So I'm just going to go on one final pitch of sanity with you. Back when he gave me the ultimate haircut, I dropped in to see our old pal, Patient Zero, the guy who started all of this. And beneath all of that emo gear that he was wearing, he was my ex-sidekick, Weasel. Turns out Weasel hated me, and he struck a deal with the Netherworld, and he came back from hell to execute a plan for some big-wigged demon that apparently has a mad hard-on for Spider-Man. Everything that we've been through...
Where's my camera pointing?
The robbery, Itsy-Bitsy,
In fact, let's not try and move the thing. Let's try and move the camera.
Why? Why would they create that monster? Wade tells him,
So yeah, there's my two
You're
Deadpools.
it all in right now. Kurt mentioned that this would have been a battle.
And my two Spideys.
And I'm pretty sure that Kurt was being kind of literal.
They're nice and dry now.
The two of them, Itsy Bitsy, is listening in, and she says that this is where you're.
Let me know what you think, guys.
Or are you going to?
And don't forget to come over to Instagram.
Spider-Man pushes Wade back, and he jumps in, telling Itsy Bitsy, "This is your last chance. If you don't stop
Because
what you're doing, you're gonna
I'll
die."
post some better pictures because I know this camera's a bit fuzzy and there's a lot of sheen coming from the camera. Sorry, coming from the lights above me. That's the one with bronze, and this one's the bronze eyes, and pattern in black.
Spider-Man says that he didn't want him to get in his way, but the cloaking system's installed.
Let me know
only be on for so long. So unless he goes back and deactivates that doll,
what you think. Actually, I wonder if it would show up better when the back are white. There we go. You can see that a bit better now.
As Spider-Man chases Itsy Bitsy, she asks, "Why don't we just team up? We can take down the criminal empires, stop the crooked justice system. In fact, it's our responsibility with powers like this."
There's Spider-Man. There's the Iron Spider-Man.
Doesn't want to do this. Itsy Bitsy jumps on Spider-Man, telling him that he's lying. She can't tell though because she can't see his lips moving underneath that mask. The cannon on Spider-Man's shoulder begins to burn away at one of Itsy Bitsy's arms, and Spider-Man says that she
Deadpool
was lying.
I have to redo the eyes. I think they've dried in quite light, but I can always redo them. Another one that's a little bit better. They're a bit wonky, but that's because the way they're drying. Yeah, guys. Hopefully you have enjoyed this. I'm going to let them dry a second, but yeah, hopefully you have enjoyed them, guys. Again, I will take suggestions for this shiny one because I really don't know what to do with it because it's glittery and I don't know what to do with it. I suppose I could just do a basic. Actually, you know what? Because I'm waiting for things to dry and I think.
Tell me that you wouldn't just kill a little girl because of some dumb midlife crisis. Itsy Bitsy attacks and Spider-Man shouts, "She's fine. Are you happy now? I was bluffing." Wade gets pushed back and two more swords are thrown, hitting him into the container. And Itsy Bitsy says,
may as well use up the paint we've got.
Beautiful babies. Spider-Man then webs up Itsy's leg and swings her back into a tarp-covered object.
Turn this one into a Spider-Man.
Spider-Man says that's the clean energy that he was talking about. It's a plasma bleeder, which essentially duplicates the conditions of the spray billionth of a second. Itsy's upper half begins to fall to the ground.
That would be my controller running out of battery. That was actually allowing me to put my the sound or the playlist in the background through my speakers, which is how I normally do this sound. And as you can see, I'm kind of busy, so I can't do much about that. Can turn the sound up. Give me a sec. There you go. The full story is on my drawings, guys, so go and check those out.
Spider-Man looks at Wade, telling him, "I'm sorry." And as Wade pulls down his mask, he says, "Yeah, samesies." Meanwhile, down in hell, Mephisto shouts that the beloved Spider-Man, so special, so pure, so lost. Hopefully everyone likes downers because today the soul of a hero will burn. Back up on Earth, Spider-Man pulls away one of Wade's guns, telling him that this has to be done. And Wade shouts that he understands. He has a PhD in making craft decisions, and this is one of them. There has to be a Supermax prison somewhere that can handle her, or a parallel dimension. Maybe we could have just called the Dragon Balls and wished her away. Spider-Man doesn't. Actually, I didn't think of that one, Wade. Oh, right. They don't exist. As Wade and Spider-Man begin to fight, Itzy watches and waits and regenerates. Spider-Man knocks away Wade, so Itzy jumps up onto Spider-Man, telling him that he isn't killing anyone today, though she was impressed that he came so close. She then throws Spider-Man over towards Wade, that they should just talk about it for a second. They can create a new normal. Spider-Man jumps back in, telling her that he is done talking.
It's actually easier to paint on than the other ones.
This is the scary part. Spider-Man's not responding anymore. No jokes, no nothing, just fighting. Spider-Man then grabs one of Itzy's legs and rips it off. And he begins to beat her with it. Itzy stops moving, and Spider-Man says that there's a hole inside of him. One that he thought that if he kept fighting would shrink, but it's not working. Wade tells him that he knows a lot about holes, and a lot about what they should and should not be filled with. But murder, even righteous, justice-fueled murder, isn't going to help. It'll just pull you apart. Spider-Man tells him he knows, But before he can finish, Wade punches him, calling him a coward. You want to throw your life away for this one psychopath? You know what? Screw it! It's your life! He then pulls the pins on all of his smoke grenades, tossing them. As the smoke clouds the area, Spider-Man grabs Itzy by the arm and then he holds her into the plasma breeder, burning her alive! As Spider-Man steps back, Wade asks him, how did it feel? Spider-Man, completely justifiable righteous murderer. Mephisto watches, stating, no. And Wade goes on asking, did it make you feel whole? Because that was brought to you by one of your glorious image-inducing vision machines. Which, by the way, I owe you a new image-inducing vision machine. Spider-Man steps out of the smoke and Wade turns back to the circling news helicopter shouting that the bad guy is dead. The day is saved! Now make sure to edit this so that it was Deadpool who saved the day with the killing. Spider-Man walks over asking him why. He would have done it. He would have killed. Wade stops him telling him, yeah, I know you would have. The world would have been a much nastier place for it, too. Hence Plan B. Wade walks off telling him, don't worry. I'll hit up an Assassin's Anonymous meeting, so don't look so sad. We won. The next morning, atop the Brooklyn Bridge, Spider-Man watches the sun rise eating tubs of ice cream. Wade walks up telling him, you know, if you keep eating that, you're going to have to let the belt out on that suit. Spider-Man stops and he asks him, do people really change? Like, after a certain point, are we locked into who we are? And Wade says that after their uproarious little adventure, I can definitely say I have no freaking clue. Spider-Man looks at Wade's scarred face and Wade says, yeah, I had to cancel my proactive spokesmodel thing, but at least my arm's growing back, so there's that. As Wade tries to pull his mask down, Spider-Man tells him that he almost compromised everything that he's ever fought for to try and make the pain go away. And Wade asks him, who hasn't? I've tried booze, dry goods, punching, killing bad guys, and only one thing seems to work. Spider-Man tells him, it's friends, people who you love, doing good things. And Wade follows him with, actually it is booze, but sure, love. Spider-Man hugs Wade, telling him that he knows what he sacrificed for, and he swears that he'll make it up to him. And as Spider-Man webs off, he shouts to call him when he's ready. And Wade waits, flapping his tiny little arm, saying, yeah, we should do this again sometime. I hope you guys enjoyed the conclusion to our storyline. Don't worry, we've already looked at the solicits that are going on with Marvel Legacy, and they're keeping my and Spider-Man's book around. I mean, who wouldn't put the two of us together? Don't we make a beautiful couple? Just picture more babies like Itsy Bitsy, but non-psychotic, wanting to kill everyone. Anyway, guys, don't forget to follow the Comic Story channel, because he does an amazing job of telling you my stories. And you can follow him on Twitter at Comic Storian. That's his Twitter channel over there. Don't forget, right here's the rest of the Spider-Man Deadpool storyline, and right here is where you can find yourself other Comic Storian products and individual stuff, and maybe more Deadpool story. I don't know what he's going to put there. That guy's incredible. I'll see you all later. Bye. Deadpool out.
Look around, the whole world's coming together. Can you feel it?
Ah!
Alexa, turn on the light.
Spider-Man and Deadpool, two of my favorite superheroes, together again for another epically long, crazy, awesome story arc. The only thing you really need to know is that the Itsy Bitsy thing is currently gone. They're not doing that anymore. And that Secret Empire did happen. So currently Deadpool is wanted for killing Phil Coulson. And Spider-Man's not really working directly with him at the beginning of this storyline. Hope you guys enjoy. With the fall of Parker Industries, Peter Parker was forced to give up his life of luxury and was reduced to sleeping on friends' couches, one of which is Mockingbird, Bobby, the ex-S.H.I.E.L.D. agent, who's already sick of Peter sleeping in past 5:30 a.m. As she yells for Peter to get up, he looks at the clock and asks why she got up so early and is already dressed to go out. And she tells him that she got a tip from some AIM jerks trying to make a move on some black market weapons. Without S.H.I.E.L.D. around, someone's got to clean these things up. Peter starts to get up telling her that he could join her, and Bobby tells him no, Spider-Man already has a job. Peter Parker doesn't. She knows things are difficult, but he needs to get back on the horse and get out there. Also, don't touch any of her food and don't spend all day watching TV. Once Bobby leaves, Peter sits back down and he turns on the television. After flipping through several news outlets talking about how much of a horrible person Peter Parker is, Peter finds a commercial with Deadpool. Wade tells the viewers that if they're tired of being held back in life by the lack of weapons of mass destruction, then look no further. Come on down and see the finest selection of artillery, implements of mayhem for your bathroom, bedroom, and more. Peter grumbles as he grabs his phone and tries to call Deadpool, and just as he expected, Wade does not answer. As Wade's voicemail beeps, Peter shouts at him, "You've gone too far this time. It's bad enough that you're already the most wanted person in the world, but now this? There won't be any stone left unturned until I brought you in for what you did. I will find you." Oh, and by the way, it's Spider-Man. Peter throws his phone and he tells him that he can find him. All he needs is a computer and then he can go arrest Wade. And after a whole 2 minutes, Peter grabs the phone and asks Bobby if she could do him a favor. Bobby tells him that she's kind of busy at the moment with the bad guys, but what is it? And he better not be eating her food. He pauses as he pulls a sandwich out of his mouth, and Bobby says that he is literally the worst. Who is it that you're trying to find? Peter tells her that it's Deadpool. And Bobby asks, Deadpool? The Deadpool? Most wanted man in the world, Deadpool? Peter tells her, any of those would work. A few seconds later, she pings his phone telling him that he should be there or around there. Peter tells her that she already found him? And she says, yeah, she can multitask. After suiting up, Peter heads out to the coordinates that Bobby gave him, and he webs through the city. He thinks to himself that he knows that Wade was the one who shot Agent Coulson under the orders of the evil Steve Rogers. But somehow he feels that this is partially his fault. Maybe there's a way to help Wade? Maybe he hasn't gone too far? As Peter lands, he sighs, stating, come on, it looks like this is an old helicarrier named the USS Pool. He jumps on board and sneaks into that helicarrier, finding Kate Waynesboro and her assistant Hellcow, which totally shouldn't be here. Peter says, all right, mad scientist lab complete with talking cow. It's pretty much just Deadpool written all over it. And then he's face to face with a Hulk plushie and Screwball flies by asking, what are you doing here? Peter tells him that this is perfect. Every circus needs a clown. And Screwball said the last time that they tangled, he was the not-so-friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Since then, she's gotten a new job and some new upgrades. Her boss is now a totally awesome guy with a killer dental plan. Peter tells her, wait. But as Screwball pushes the button, a trap door opens Spider-Man, but not before webbing up Screwball and taking her with him. The two fall into a room full of Hulk plushies, and Peter says, yeah, this is definitely the house that Deadpool built. As Screwball begins to get up, she charges into Peter, shouting, how did you get past my defenses? Only friendlies are welcome aboard. And a voice calls out, that's right. And Wade springs out of the plushie, stating, that's because Spider-Man is my super most bestest friend. But before Wade can even finish his thought, Peter yells, you're under arrest! And he tackles Wade to the ground. Wade tells him, fine, but first let me give you the MTV Cribs tour. You need to see my collection of stuffed animals. Peter throws Wade across the room and into the lab of Clay Quartermain, a life model decoy with a living tree living on him. As Clay begins to tell Wade that the rogue S.H.I.E.L.D. Velo tanks are about to be picked up, Wade whispers to keep the criminal thought down. Peter grabs Wade and he says, look, I know what you're really here for. You need a job, right? After getting fired for that loser Peter Parker, Spider-Man needs some money. Peter yells, you stole a helicarrier! And Wade says, in my defense, I found it in a ditch. Peter then goes on telling him, not only that, but you're selling rogue S.H.I.E.L.D. gear on late-night TV ads. This whole thing is over. No more jokes, no more stupid rooms, no more. But Wade tells him, wait. I'm not selling S.H.I.E.L.D. goods on late-night TV ads. All of these weapons are for my personal collection. He then goes to the computer and sends an email to Screwball stating that she needs to look into late-night ads starring him. Also, they need to work on the intercom system. He walks up and punches the keyboard, and in doing so causes the two of them to fall back into the ocean, where Wade telepathically introduces Bruce and Deborah, the mutated sharks. Peter then asks him, how are you talking to me telepathically? And the Amphibian swims up telling Wade that he's told him countless times, no swimming during training hours. The Amphibian then goes on telling him, you freed these sharks in the Black Site S.H.I.E.L.D. Aquatics Weapons Facility. They are designed to read thoughts and project them into others' minds. Wade begins to swim away after having his leg bitten off, and he says, "Come on, there are so much cooler toys on the helicarrier." As everyone swims,
Okay,
Wade
guys.
says, "And Deborah
Give me a
says,
sec.
"Yes, but first we should go download those new episodes of Stranger Things."
Pause that and say thank you very much for watching. My name's Blut084, BLUT084 Art and Games, here every day on YouTube, occasionally on Mixer, which is where you can find me this weekend, because there's a new update on the Xbox. No, not the Xbox, on the GTA game, which if you guys do want to join me, you can do by coming on over to mixer.com. Or if you have an Xbox of your own, find my name. Again, it's Blut084. And you can join up and join the crew, because I'll be doing that new game that is ready and waiting for me to play this Friday and Saturday. Check out Instagram for more posts and links. But thank you very much for watching, guys. This has been awesome, doing some new baubles for your Christmas tree. Hopefully you guys have felt inspired and go create yourself some baubles for your own Christmas trees. And let me know if you do, guys. Let me know over on Instagram and show me your creations. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching, guys. And I'll see you in the next video. If you guys are subscribed already, you will get a ping in a moment or two to say that the collaboration with me and Nikki is about to be uploaded. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.